Thanks for checking out FacilityQuest to see how quickly you can understand utilization data from different perspectives all on one page, and how to use that data to make decisions about space use. So on this one page, we can learn a lot about how space is used. Notice up at the top, I have filtered this report already to look at our collaboration spaces. 4 common areas, 3 computer training rooms, 4 informal meeting rooms, and so forth. At the very bottom is meeting sizes. And so we can see instantly that almost 50% of all of these spaces are being used by one person, and then another 30% by two. And so we have 15% or so that is in spaces above and beyond that. In the primary activity, we can see that almost half of the activities going on in these spaces are meetings, but these collaboration spaces are also being used for individual work. Work mode is how people work. It's a little bit easier to look at work mode and see that almost 8% of the work in these collaboration spaces is virtual, and as full 16.4% is individual. Mobility mode is where people work. So it makes a lot more sense if we take a look at this report and filter it instead by workspaces. I'm going to come here, turn off all of the room types, and then just quickly come in and select assigned desk and assigned office. And now we can see that we're looking at 467 assigned desks plus 83 assigned offices that are being observed. And now, of course, down under meeting size, we have most of it being used by one person, which makes sense because we're looking at individual workstations. But then we can look at mobility mode at the top to learn where people are working. We find that 22% of them are anchors, meaning that they're at their desk more than 4 days a week. Mobile means that they're actually out of the office. They didn't even show up for at least 2 days a week. Remote means they didn't show up 4 days a week or more. Roamer means that they are in the office but away from their desk, presumably in meetings. So let's see what decisions we could make based on this data. In the mobility mode that we just looked at, we have 37.4% of all workstations being remote. And that means that they're basically vacant most of the time. Those desks could be turned into hot desks, for instance. We could also make a case for collaboration space based on the percentage of roamers in the office. Since almost 80% of all collaboration spaces are being used by either one or two people, we could make the case that a lot of our larger meeting rooms might be reconfigured to support smaller group sizes.